The ultrasound machine hummed, its cold beep slicing through the silence of the hospital room. But all I could hear was the scream trapped in my mother's throat. She was 19, pregnant, and terrified, staring at the grainy image of me, a blurry smudge she wanted erased. I wasn't supposed to survive her decision, but here I am, telling you how I defied the odds twice. Her name was Lily, a girl with dreams too big for her small-town life. She wanted to be a painter, to splash colors across canvases and escape the gray of her world. But life had other plans. A reckless night with a boy whose name she barely remembered left her with me, a complication she couldn't afford. She sat in that sterile room, rain pounding the windows, clutching the arms of the chair as the doctor explained the procedure. Her hands trembled, not from guilt, but from fear of losing control, of being trapped. She was a bird with clipped wings, and I was the cage. The procedure was scheduled for a stormy Tuesday. Lily arrived alone, her sneakers squeaking on the linoleum floor. The doctor, a man with eyes like chipped ice, didn't ask questions. He didn't need to. Lily's decision was final, or so she thought. But something went wrong. Maybe it was fate, maybe it was chance, or maybe it was me, fighting to exist even before I could breathe. The equipment malfunctioned. The doctor cursed under his breath, and Lily was sent home, still pregnant, still carrying me. She cried that night, not for me, but for the freedom she thought she'd reclaimed. Months passed, and Lily's belly grew, a constant reminder of her failed escape. She didn't want me, but she couldn't try again, not after the first attempt left her shaken, haunted by the what-ifs. She started to notice me, though, in small ways. The way I kicked when she played music, the way her body seemed to hum with a strange new purpose. But love that was too much to ask. Lily wasn't ready to be a mother. She was barely ready to be herself. So she made another planned adoption. She found a couple, the Thompsons, through a local agency. They were kind, stable, everything Lily wasn't. They had a cozy house with a nursery already painted yellow, waiting for a child to fill it. Lily met them over coffee, her hands wrapped around a mug she didn't drink from. Mr. Thompson's smile was warm. Mrs. Thompson's eyes hopeful. They promised to love me, to give me the life Lily couldn't. She signed the papers, her signature shaky but certain. This was her way out. But I wasn't done fighting. The adoption process dragged on, tangled in red tape. The agency found discrepancies in the Thompsons' paperwork, minor errors that snowballed into delays. Lily's due date loomed, and the Thompsons grew distant, their enthusiasm fading as the complications mounted. By the time I was born, the adoption had fallen apart. Lily held me in the hospital, her face a mask of exhaustion and something else, resentment, maybe, or resignation. She named me Hope, a cruel irony she didn't bother to explain. I was hers now, whether she wanted me or not. We went home to her cramped apartment, where the walls were stained with cigarette smoke and unfulfilled dreams. Lily tried to be a mother, but it was like watching someone solve a puzzle with missing pieces. She fed me, changed me, but her eyes were always elsewhere, chasing the life she'd lost. I grew up in the shadow of her regret, a living reminder of her failures. Yet, even as a toddler, I sensed something in her, a flicker of warmth, buried deep, that she didn't know how to let out. Life wasn't easy. Lily worked double shifts at a diner, leaving me with a neighbor who smelled of lavender and regret. I learned to draw before I could write, scribbling on napkins Lily brought home from work. My pictures were bright, chaotic, full of colors I imagined she'd once loved. Sometimes, she'd look at them and smile, a real smile that made her look younger, softer. But those moments were rare. More often, she'd snap, her voice sharp as broken glass, telling me to be quiet, to stop asking for things she couldn't give. By the time I was 10, I knew the truth. Not the whole story, not yet, but enough to feel the weight of it. Kids at school whispered about my mom, the teen mom who didn't want me. I heard the word abortion in their taunts, not understanding it, but feeling it sting. I started asking questions. And Lily, cornered, told me fragments. I wasn't ready. She'd say, her voice flat. I tried to make it easier for both of us. Easier. That word burned. I wasn't a problem to be solved, but to her, I was. The real blow came at 13, when I found the adoption papers in a drawer, yellowed and forgotten. I read them in secret, my heart pounding as I pieced together the second time she tried to let me go. I confronted her that night, my voice shaking with a rage I didn't know I had. You didn't want me, I said, holding up the papers. Twice. Lily's face crumpled, and for the first time, I saw guilt. Not just regret, but something deeper, something that cut. I was scared. Hope, she whispered. I thought you'd be better off without me. That fight changed us. Lily started talking more, not just about her mistakes, but about her dreams, her fears, the girl she'd been before me. I learned about the boy who left her, the parents who kicked her out, the world that turned its back when she needed it most. I started to see her not as the mother who failed me, but as a person who was trying, in her broken way, to survive. And I realized something else. I wasn't just a burden. I was her reason to keep going, even when she didn't want to. High school was where I found my own voice. I joined the art club, pouring my anger and hope into paintings that won awards, scholarships, attention. Lily came to my first exhibition, standing awkwardly in a borrowed dress, her eyes wide as she saw my work. One piece, a canvas of a stormy sky breaking into sunlight, made her cry. She didn't say why, but I knew. It was us, her darkness, my light, tangled together. By college, our relationship was different, not perfect, but real. Lily started painting again. Small canvases she kept hidden in her room. I'd catch her at it sometimes, her hands steady, her face calm. We talked about the past, not to dwell, but to understand. She told me about the hospital, the failed procedure, the adoption that never was. I thought I was saving you, she said once, her voice soft. But you saved me. Now, at 22, I'm an artist. My work shown in galleries Lily could only dream of. She's there at every opening, proud but quiet, her own paintings gaining notice in local shows. We're not the mother and daughter you see in movies, all hugs and happy endings. We're scarred, flawed, but we're ours. I survived her choices, not because I was stronger, but because life, in its messy, stubborn way, wouldn't let me go. And neither would she, in the end. This story isn't just mine. It's Lily's, too, and maybe it's yours. It's about choices we make in fear, the ones we regret, and the ones that shape us anyway. It's about forgiveness, not the easy kind, but the kind that hurts, that takes years to find. I don't know if Lily was right or wrong to try what she did. I only know we're here together because of it. What do you think? Was Lily's choice unforgivable? Or was it human? Share your thoughts. I want to hear them.